Because it was awkward. Like, Vic was just sitting there looking. And Melinda was like, yeah, Tony, what you got going on? How you feel about everything that we went through together? I'm about to just, like, I was like, girl, won't you calm your ass down? Like, did you get your copy of the rules, regulations, policies, and procedures for this one? Because I didn't get that. Maybe it was in my spam folder. I'm gonna have to go check and see. Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out this video. It's your girl LB. Welcome to my channel, Watch With Me LB, where I give you fun, fresh, and funny rants, reviews, and recaps on my favorite movies and TV shows. We're gonna talk about Deep Water today, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please. Also hit the bell and the like button. Smash that like button. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Deep Water is a movie starring Ben Affleck and I'm obsessed with Ana de Armas, okay? I love her so much. I first got a glimpse of her in Knives Out because I was supporting my husband, Chris Evans, and she was my favorite part of the movie. She's just so pretty, and I heard that she's a really nice person, which always bumps up their attractiveness level. And so Ben Affleck, Ana de Armas, Lil Rel. Hey, I love Lil Rel. Like, I just think he's like you'll have a great time with him on a date, right? Like, he know all the best places to go get a bite and like the best bars and stuff. He can make you laugh. He's very smart. I think that's a great date. Lil Rel, call me, bro. When I saw that this movie is based on a book by the same person who wrote Fatal Attraction, I was like, hell yeah. And then also that person also wrote Unfaithful. Unfaithful is one of the coolest movies of all time, flat out. So I was like, hell yeah, let's tune on in. And I didn't know that it was gonna take place in New Orleans, okay? I don't think they specifically say that it's in New Orleans. They showed my church from when I was a child, Uptown, okay? They shot the whole thing Uptown and they shot it some other places. I'm starting to feel like I'm just too like critical or something. I don't know. Like, I think the movie had good bones. I think the movie had a great foundation, but I think they had some pieces missing. The movie opens up and we meet Melinda and Vic Van Allen, and they live in a little, a home, and they have a little daughter named Trixie. We're gonna talk about Trixie, honey, because Trixie, she's something else. We see that Melinda is very impatient with her daughter. Her daughter's wanting to play Old McDonald. You know, them children be wanting to listen to the same thing over and over and over again. I definitely understand how she was frustrated. I don't want to handle damn McDonald, okay? Leave his ass on that phone. So we see Vic and Melinda going to this party at this house, right? And child, Melinda got in there and cut a whole fool. At the house, she had on her little mom clothes, right? She had a sweat on and some like cargo pants from the loft and a glass of wine, which is like, that's a mom uniform right there. So, but she goes to this party, honey. Melinda got her little décolletage in the building, and she has her back out. She got an LBD on, honey, and she was looking good. And she's like hanging all over this guy. And I'm like, what is Smith Jarrett little brother doing here? They like making out. And I was like, oh, well, all right then. And I was like, okay, well, maybe she just got a little side piece like Pokebell. No, it didn't look like he was on the side. It looked like he was very much an entree. They like hanging all over each other, and she also like at the party goes to the piano and starts singing this song. So that lets me further know that she wants to be the center of attention and she don't give a damn. But she looked like she was eating it up, child. She was loving it and loving every bit of attention she was getting. We see Ben Affleck has seen her doing these things, right? He's seeing that she's like making out with this guy. Go off, my G. The problem is that she was mad, like disrespectful about it. So now here go Smith Jarrett, little brother with his dumb self, went up to Vic Ben Affleck in the bathroom and was like, say, bruh, I really appreciate you letting me sleep with your wife. Like, you a stand-up guy, bruh. Now, I don't know much about polyamory, and I don't, I know a person or two, I think maybe, that live that lifestyle. What I do know about it, though, is that you have to have very firm and specific rules, regulations, policies, and procedures if that's gonna be the kind of marriage you have. And you have to have a level of respect, like to be respectful of the other person in your marriage, no matter what you do outside of y'all marital bond. They didn't have that, baby. And I know that straight off top, and we ain't but 5 minutes into the movie. Here go Vic. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's no problem. Just a couple things I wanted to talk to you about since you done came at me in this bathroom and I was just trying to pee and leave. But since you want to talk, let's go ahead and talk. But you know that guy that's missing, what's his name? Mark something. They got a guy that's missing in the town. I forgot. Vic was like, yeah, so you know that man that's missing? And he was like, yeah, man, I heard about that man. He was like, guess what? I killed him. Because he was a friend of my wife's, just like you a friend of my wife. You know how y'all like are friends with the air quotes? Yeah, he was her friend with the air quotes too. And now he's unalive. So you do with that information what you will. Take it easy. Smith Jarrett, little brother, was like, oh, hell no, bro. I'm about to go. So he left Melinda at the party. Vic is taking Melinda drunk ass home and she's stumbling in the street and she's like, what you told my boyfriend? Vic was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't say nothing. So they're riding home in the car and, you know, it's very strange. They have a strange like vibe. I don't know because he looked like he very much cared for her and like was very attentive to her when she was sloppily leaving the party. I don't know, it was weird because, you know, after you leave the party, the shindig, you know what I'm saying? You want to have a little grown-up time with your partner, right? Usually. And so Vic was like, say, girl, do you want to have sex? And she was like, no, thanks. So this is where we find out that they sleep in separate bedrooms. Why are we together? Like I thought, you know, okay, well, maybe they have like a fire-ass sex life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they have like a little like a little razzle dazzle happening. They don't. So I got like 33 questions. Like then we see that Vic has like in his like outdoor like shed, he keeps these snails. And it's buku freaking snails in like a little habitat. I was like, okay, that's a very strange hobby. I don't know, it's just not a something that you would see a lot of people doing. Like, man, come see my snails, bruh. So he has these snails and very weird. It's like, yeah, bro, I was at this party all night. Let me go check on my snails before I go to bed. So it's the next morning and the little girl is there, Trixie is there, and Melinda makes a comment because the little girl has like a little science kit or whatever. And Vic is like encouraging her like, girl, you almost got it, girl, you doing great. And then here go Melinda, yeah, girl, next thing you know, you're gonna be building bombs like your daddy. Why say that to that little girl? Like, if you mad at him, tell me why, sis. And then at this point, I was like, I don't like you, Melinda, because she made her little girl a mayonnaise sandwich for lunch. And I was like, girl, if you don't put some turkey meat on that bread, she put a big old glob of mayonnaise on some dry wheat bread and put the other piece on top and put that in that girl lunchbox. I said, baby, listen, you need you some red beans or something for lunch, not a mayonnaise sandwich. That's like a struggle sandwich. It's like, we ain't got no meat. Put a little lubrication on my bread because I ain't got no meat. These people are wealthy. Where's the baby deli meat at? Where's her sexy town? All her turkey, all her roast beef. She can have a little club sandwich if she feeling spicy. I ain't like that. That's when I was like, girl, Melinda, I don't like you, girl. Ben Affleck is going to lunch with his little partners down the street from my old church, okay, uptown. And they like, say, bro, I wanted to chat with you right quick. Your wife was wilding out. You might want to try to say something to her because you out here looking stupid. The word has gotten out that Vic told Smith Jarrett, little brother, that he killed the little man that's missing in the town, right? Man that's missing in the town was Melinda little side piece and he missing. So everybody's like, oh Lord, Vic done killed the man. People starting to like talk about it, and Melinda is mad at Vic because Vic told her little side piece, Smith Jarrett, little brother, something, and now he don't want to deal with her. And so she's like, you gonna apologize to him. I'm trying to figure out in what world. So Melinda and Vic invite Smith Jarrett, the brother, over for dinner. And Vic is like, yeah, bro, I made lobster bisque. You ready to eat? And the dude was like, yeah, I'm allergic to shellfish. Melinda's like, yeah, bro, I don't like lobster bisque either. They made him a grilled cheese sandwich like he was 7 years old. Here go Melinda. Melinda say, Trixie, it's time for bed, girl. Your daddy said he was gonna read you 17 stories back to back, and you better make sure he don't skip no pages either and try to get out of there early because you know he like to be sneakily. To like get rid of her husband in their home so she can go kick it with her side piece in their home. Like at this point, I would have appreciated like a little flashback or like some kind of something that would give me the rules to the game, right? Because right now I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. It's like I come dressed to play basketball, but I'm at a hockey stadium. Is it okay for her to do that? Like you know when Ben Affleck don't shave in his movies, it's just a bad time for everybody. Because now I'm feeling like, Vic, you a voyeur. Like you like to like look, like you want to just see. Like that's a part of your kink, maybe. Then she ain't even clean up the kitchen. It's like, damn, I'm the one made the lobster bisque. Melinda, you don't want to do the dishes? What? And so now here come Melinda. Yeah, won't you come have a drink with us? So is he gonna join at this point? That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I'm being super critical of these movies, but I always got questions. But then on the flip side of that, it's like if you write a movie, aren't you supposed to anticipate like the questions that normal people or most people would have, and then like give us some kind of inclination. Like you don't have to like serve it to us on a platter. You could let us infer. They ain't let me infer nothing. There wasn't no inference here. So Smith Jarrett, little brother, is in there again. Victor calls him an Uber, and then he leaves again. So now Vic and Melinda at yet another damn party. Okay, so every weekend somebody having a party somewhere. So now they sitting all on the porch, and we meet this new guy who's like a writer. What's his name? Terry? Dean? Oh, his name Don. Don needs to like write another book, and so he's like, I clock a book. I might be able to write about this small steamy town in Louisiana with a murderer who murdered his wife's side piece. And yet again, Melinda's showing her ass at this party. She drinking, rolling around, jumping up and down, gossiping. And so Vic is like, you know what? I'm sick of your ass. I'm about to make you jealous the way you make me jealous. So he takes Don's wife and dances with her at the party. Melinda does get jealous. And then they have a scene in the car where she's like giving him a little BJ or whatever, but she bites him because she's mad that he was dancing with another woman. And I'm like, sis, you put your vagina on people. Like he can't dance with nobody? I don't understand. So now Vic gets wind of another little side piece that Melinda has. Melinda has written this man a check for $3,000 that she didn't have the money to cash in her account. So the bank calls Vic and is like, hey, your wife overdrew this account. Uses that opportunity to get information on the person. His name's Charlie DeLisle, and it was written for piano lessons. So he goes and finds Charlie DeLisle. It's Nate from Euphoria. I need for me to understand that that man is not Nate in real life. Like I just saw him and was like, oh Lord, here he goes. It's not the same. Like separate the art from the artist, L. Okay. So, he's playing piano at this bar, and, he sees that Melinda is there as well in like a little low-cut jumpsuit, honey, and like high heels, and is like flirting with the little man. It's not gonna end up good for nobody. Ben Affleck has not really said a lot in this movie at all. No, he just like sulks and like stares and looks angry and upset and unshaven, Lord, depressed and downtrodden. And I'm like, just leave, sir. You don't have to stay, no. It don't seem like y'all like each other, and it doesn't seem like y'all need each other either. They have had sex at this point, but it was only off the strength of her being jealous that he danced with this woman at the party. Y'all getting on my goddamn nerves at this point, okay? Because you either gonna tell me what y'all got going on, like give me like a playlist, like a list of rules, or you can give me a flashback that tells me what the hell I'm looking at, go over the rules when y'all have an argument or something. Y'all just he don't say nothing. But you mad about it. I just wish I had like a kink clarification sheet. At minimum, y'all have poor communication skills. At the minimum. Vic is like, Melinda, you can't be out here doing that. Like, you do what you want to do, but you a wife and a mother. Like, you have a daughter. And she was like, that was your choice. What? That was mean. Damn, the little girl was right there. Like, you ain't want to just keep it to yourself. We are at yet another damn party, and they had a pool party this time. Melinda has invited her new little side piece, not Smith Jarrett, little brother, but Nate from Euphoria, to the party. She's like, listen, hey everybody, stop doing what you're doing and pay attention to me. I want to tell y'all something so y'all can look at me and then also look at the fact that I brought my boyfriend to this party even though my husband is here. Guy right here is my new side piece, and he plays the piano. He's gonna play a song for y'all and everybody listen. And so he plays this old-timey tune, like a little Chuck Berry kind of tune on the piano. Good golly, Miss Miley face ass. So the evening goes on, and they still at the party, and it's nighttime, and everybody's in the pool, and it starts to rain. And most of the people get out, right? Except for Vic and the new side piece. So Vic drowns the new side piece in the pool. But he does it so quickly and comes inside that, nobody has noticed that the new side piece didn't come in because they don't know him and they ain't checking for him like that. So Melinda goes outside and sees that he is floating in the pool, and she screams and she's like, get him out, get him out. Vic does CPR on him, but he was dead in the pool. It wasn't nothing to do. They call the police, and as soon as the police get there, Melinda's like, you did it! I know you did it. There's nothing to charge Vic with because it looked like an accidental drowning. He was drinking, he couldn't swim, he was in the pool. They go home together. She just accused him of murder, but they go home together in the same car together. I want to just make sure I put a little emphasis on that she accused him of murder, but she also left with him. You like when people kill for you? I think that you do. Like, yeah, babe, you got your coat? You ready to go? You got the keys? You want me to drive? Like, It's just a little funny to me. Don, the writer man, and his wife are invited over for dinner, and Don and Vic are in there with them damn snails. And Don is like, straight up, yeah, you kind of weird, my guy, and I think you probably murdered that man and I'm gonna look into you. And I don't understand why he would say that. Like, why you showing your cards? You in a garage with buku blunt eyes, like you haven't seen not one episode of Law and Order. Don was bumping them gums, child. Nate from Euphoria died like 6 minutes ago. Already she done got her a new side piece, okay? Melinda don't let no grass grow into them toes now. She got her another little side piece named Tony. And she was meeting him, and of course Vic sees it, and he like lurking through a glass window and like looking at her and stuff. He's like going off with him and like jumping all on him and hugging him and flirting and just being real like spicy with him, right? This part in the movie, I was like, okay, I wouldn't be surprised if the little girl did it. Cause see, Trixie was creeping me out. Vic is giving the little girl a bath in the bathtub, and Trixie's like, say, daddy, when the man drowned in the pool, did his feet touch the bottom? That's a morbid ass question, little girl. So he's like, well, I don't know. Trixie's like, you drowned him. You don't remember when you drowned him? And Vic was like, I didn't do that, little girl. She was like, you did drown him though. I think you just telling a fib, daddy. You crazy. Like she smiled and was like, Daddy, I think you did kill him. Daddy, you all crazy. You don't want to just tell me how you did it? What the hell? Are they letting this little girl watch Tales from the Crypt? Yeah, that was mad creepy, bro. And now they done got this poor man Tony at the house. Melinda flirting with him. And Melinda said, oh, guess what, husband? You know, Tony, the one that's standing 3 feet away from you, he was the first person that I ever slept with in America. And Tony was like, bitch, I know. How you doing, husband? Why you saying that out loud? Your husband, right? That would have been my cue to leave. You can take your goddamn salmon and you could split it between yourself. Cause it was awkward. Like Vic was just sitting there looking. And Melinda was like, yeah, Tony, what you got going on? How you feel about everything that we went through together? I'm about to just like, I was like, girl, won't you calm your ass down? Bro, are you drunk? I just feel like there needs to be a repercussion for all the damn disrespect. Like, you're not just gonna disrespect me in my face now. You're not gonna play in my face in my house, in my kitchen now. Huh? Listen, especially because you're not telling me, the viewer, why that's okay. Another day, Vic has followed Tony outside of like a restaurant. And so he tells Tony, yeah, Melinda was trying to call you, bro. She said she have like a property she wanted you to see. Cause I know we was talking about property and stuff at the dinner table when my wife was like, damn, they're giving you a hand job in the kitchen in front of my face. She wanted to tell you about it, but she can't get in touch with you. You want me to take you over there? And Tony was like, yeah, bro, take me over there. Why you getting in the car? We'll be giving people rides like it's 1992. Ain't no way. So he gets in the car and Vic takes him in the woods and promptly murders him. He hits him in the head with a rock, like loads him up with rocks and stuff and pushes him down the river. You're not understanding the root of the problem. So are you just intending on murdering people till you die? Because your wife not gonna stop putting a vagina on people unless she get good and goddamn ready to do so. Vic comes home after murdering the man in the woods and sending him down the river. He like super excited, like happy, like, hey, y'all, what y'all in here doing? Another scene we get to is Melinda and the little girl packing up to go for a picnic. Melinda was like, yeah, we going to the gorge. The gorge is the same place where Vic done murdered the man and sent him down the river. Bless his heart, bless his little soul. So they go to the place and they have a nice picnic, and he shows her that he's made her a book of pictures that he's taken of her. They go to the thing and they have a wonderful time, but while Vic is out there, he sees that the man, like he drifted like 4 feet up the river and he just kind of stuck on a rock. Poor thing, that ain't no way to go, huh? So they on their way home and Melinda's like, oh Lord, I done left my scarf out there at the thing. And Vic was like, listen, I gotta go out there anyway. I'm gonna go get it in the morning. He ain't tell her he was, he had to go back out there, but he obviously had to go there. So that would have been his excuse, right? He gets on his bike first thing smoking in the morning, goes out there and is trying to move this guy's body. And while he's in the water, he sees somebody up on the cliff or whatever, like looking at him. And it's Don, it's the writer guy, right? And so he's like, I knew you were a murderer. He's like driving away super, super fast. Vic is on a bike. So he's chasing this man's car on a bike. The man is like trying to, get his phone, and like he drops his phone, and of course he crashes and goes off a gorge, and now he dead in the river. Meanwhile, Melinda's back at the house and has not heard from Tony. She gets suspicious and goes in his snail den. She's like seeing snail shells on the floor, like kind of indicating that he took the snails. Now, prior to this, Tony had said, oh, you have snails, let's go get some so we can eat them, you know, as cargo. Vic is like, no, we can't do that. You have to starve snails, because if you eat them without starving them, you'll poison yourself. So I'm thinking, okay, the reason he has all these snails is because he's gonna use them to poison one of these boyfriends. You think he did that? That would have been cool. I would have enjoyed that. He ain't do that. What was the point of the snails then? It just would have grossed me out, apparently. Okay. And she's like digging around, and she finds Tony's wallet buried under like 1.5 inches of dirt. Like, it's like, you might as well have just set that bitch on the counter. And now she knows that he has murdered Tony. So he comes back home. The girl is sitting on the steps and she's like, oh yeah, I found Tony. So she's burned Tony's wallet, like covering for the fact that her husband has killed her boyfriend. And that's where the movie ends. So I feel like this movie could have been really, really good. All of the foundations were there. They didn't give us what we needed to make it what it could have been, if that makes sense. It had all the potential and it ain't potentialized. That's not a word, but go ahead and go with me here. So yeah, comment down below and let me know what you thought of this movie. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye.